It wasn't the nicest day outside, but we at least had some sunshine. We got well above the freezing mark and we're still melting off snow. Speaking of snow, a little bit of that showing up here on radar over southwest Missouri. Most of this is not reaching the ground, but Joplin for about a half an hour did report some light snow. So it's possible that we could have some snow flurries a bit further east into places like, Dadeville, Mount Vernon, Monette, and maybe even into the Springfield area, but it will not amount to anything. We're not going to find any accumulations out of that. Wide view shows that we've got fairly quiet weather across the region. We've got a cold front dashing through the area right now. It's a quick shot of cold associated with this cold front. Temperatures actually climbed this morning. We got up to about 41 early this afternoon. Since then, temperatures have pulled back through the 30s. And it looks like we're still going to be holding on to the western edge of that cold air mass as we work through Wednesday. But better weather follows, as I've been promising. It looks like we see a shift in the pattern. It won't last very long, but it will lead to our warmest readings since late December as we try to move a lot of this cold air out of the lower 48 for a couple of days ahead of what will be a very cold blast of weather this coming weekend. Looking at the temperatures overnight tonight, looks like readings will fall through the 20s and into the teens in many areas north of Highway 60, expecting about 17 here in Springfield. Areas to the south, not quite as cold. It looks like lows there in the mid to upper 20s once you get to the state line and south of the state line. Tomorrow with southwest winds, we move this quick shot of cold air back out of the area, and temperatures will climb into the 40s over southwest Missouri and northern Arkansas. A little colder off to the east. Looks like about 38 for a high in Rolla. Here in Springfield, expecting a high near 43, and I also expect a mostly sunny day. That always helps this time of the year. Tomorrow night, temperatures not as cold, dropping into the upper 20s and low 30s as winds pick up out of the west. And then on Thursday, this is what you want to see. Sunshine with highs in the 50s over southwest Missouri and northern Arkansas, with mid to upper 40s to the north and east. Looks like a high near 50 in Springfield. And we may not go below freezing overnight Thursday night. It looks like about 33 for the low, with a high on Friday in the 50s across the area. Expecting about 55 for a high in Springfield. I'm not going to go warmer than that because it looks like we are going to find an increase in clouds later in the morning, with mainly cloudy skies expected during the heart of the afternoon. And I can't even rule out the possibility of some rain showers. Looking at the pattern beyond Friday, it looks like the west to east flow that will replace this cold weather with milder weather, well, that's going to shut down, and we're going to find once again a broad trough developing across the United States that will allow Arctic air to drop south and envelop much of the lower 48. I mean, this is going to be a very cold air mass. Looks like this is going to be the coldest weather in a year. Going back to last January, I expect maybe up to 5 days in a row with temperatures below freezing. Wind chills for a time I think are going to be below zero. And I think we could have the possibility of some below zero lows in parts of our area. This is going to make for a very cold MLK Day. It looks like maybe 1 for the morning low with a high of 15 and a breeze out of the north at 5 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to make it one of the coldest MLK days on record. In fact, what's interesting is you just have to go back to last year to find the coldest MLK day on record. -4 was the morning low that year, last year. Looking at our forecast, these are going to be weather aware days because of the dangerous cold. Looks like about 18 on Sunday for a high, mid-teens on Monday, and then back in the 20s for highs come Tuesday. Bailey?
All right, thanks, Jamie.